Good morning, evening, and afternoon, and welcome to part 15 of Aokana, no Kanata no fō rizumu. So, a few things before we start. As you probably noticed, two things. I'm recovering from a cold, so my throat is quite sore. I just didn't want to delay this any further. And also, I am using OBS instead of Streamlabs starting from today. So quality is different than what it has been. So I have no idea if my voice is cutting out here and there, or if it's too loud, or if if Aokana is too low. I don't know this. So in regards to the sound and visuals, please let me know what you think, and I'll slowly adjust it over time. And in regards to my cold, there might be parts here and there that I might have a break or a little pause here and there. I do apologize. Yeah. Yeah. So last time we had arrived at I can't remember its name. Yeah, the name's on my tip of my tongue. I can't remember it, unfortunately. But yeah, so we arrived at the school we're going to be having our little training camp at. And we were greeted by the Flying Circus Club of that school. That club comprises of Shindou, I think his name was it Kondo? I think it was Shindou. Shindou is the president. We haven't seen him yet, but we know of him. SunaeVN, who is the blonde girl we first met fighting I can't remember his name for some reason. I don't know why his name's escaping me. Shion, who fought Shion. And then we spotted Rika. We knew Rika was possibly going to be part of the school because on the way here we realized that she was possibly part of it. We know from her discussion as well, the previous night or night before, I'm not too sure time progression. We know that there was some sort of arguments between the club members on wanting to train with us. So we don't know what her stance is on this whole training camp. Another interesting thing was I can't remember her name. Sorry, it's been just over a week. Less than a few days. Aoi, that's the teacher's name, Aoi. So according to Aoi, one of the conditions was that they weren't allowed any teachers in, which was an interesting requirement. So yeah. Sorry for the random pauses. So I'm interested to see what Rika's thoughts on this whole thing are. Most of the members have really gone change, and here we are with Rika now. So let's see what she has to say. She leads me to a place away from other Takafuji students. That's the school's name.
最初に日向さんは私が知っている日向さんで間違っていませんよね
Just making sure that's right. Yeah, and you're the Ichinose who moved in next door. Looks like I was right.
やっぱり
Yeah, she means it's more like as you sorry, yappari is like I thought so in a sense. What do you mean you thought so in a sense? Like I thought it was you type of thing. So she's saying, oh, what do you mean you thought it was? Type of thing, you know. I already guessed you were a member of the Takafuji Academy Flying Circus Club.
でしたら
What?
でしたら私が悩んでいた時ずっといえ
I don't think
ごめん
so.
なさい。ひどいことを考えてしまいました。
So I meant to say, glad she doesn't assume the worst. Already didn't know at the time. Promise. It only clicked after Aoi-san told us about the training camp.
どうしてこんなことをされたんですか?
Oh, what do you mean? She's being really vague. Can't tell what she's trying to ask at all.
高藤学園 FC 部は皆さん真面目に FC に取り組んでます。それはこの春ここに来たばかりの自分でもわかります。
So she only joined recently. Well, this spring, that means this year in a sense.
練習は厳しいですが、目標や目的意識が高く、尊敬できる先輩方や部員たちです。
So what I can gather from her talking like this, it's almost like she's saying that she doesn't see our Flying Circus Club as someone who is trying, in a sense. She's doing it for fun, in a sense.
今は夏の大会を2ヶ月後に控えた大事な時期なんです。
Yeah.
特に3年生にとっては最後の公式戦。中には現世代最強と呼び声も高い大会連覇を狙う部長新藤先輩もいらっしゃいます。まだ入部したばかりの私がこんなことを言うのはおこがましいかもしれません。でもその真剣さは常に間近で見ています。
I guess their introductions as well weren't showing a good light, I guess you could say. A lot of them were joking when they were doing the introductions. So, that's not looking good for the Flying Circus Club.
そんな高藤の大事な時間を割いて創部したばかりの部活が
I mean, just because they're formed doesn't mean they're bad. I mean, obviously we know most of them are, but...
いえ、悪いことではありません。ありませんが、どうして今なんですか?
I initially thought she was just taking out her frustration on me, but it seems I was mistaken. I think this goes back to what Aoi's-san said. She claimed I spearheaded this training camp. In fact, she even said that I was in charge of Kunahama Academy Flying Circus Club in general. It's no wonder Ichinose is directing her complaints at me after hearing that. This must be what she was worried about when we last talked. She's just worked up about something that has nothing to do with her. She must care about her fellow club members. Oh well, that's the positive spin at least. Honestly, I think it's more that she's getting a little ahead of herself. What to do? Our son isn't here right now, which means I can just pin the blame on her. No, wait. What am I saying? It is her fault. Still, blaming her wouldn't fix things, and I'd feel bad since she isn't even here to defend herself. Plus, Ichinose would be left with no one to answer her questions. That'd be fine by me, but if she was just a random stranger, but unfortunately she isn't. There's no point in complaining about that now. Just tell me what you want.
さすがに今すぐ帰れとは言えませんが、可能なら早めに切り上げていただけませんか? 申し訳ありません。
I don't think we can because our ride has just gone. Oh, I guess you can't say ride since we can just fly as well, but you know what I mean. She has no reason to apologize, yet she does. She goes out of her way to help others, then ends up feeling bad about it. Must be hard to live that way. Let's see. How do I respond here?
やあやあやあ。
I'm guessing this is Shindou. Huh? The sudden appearance of another person turned the conversation on its head.
探してたよ。いや、こんなところにいたとはね。
For some reason I thought if this is Shindou, I thought he had grey hair. Not grey hair, but I mean like a little bit of a lighter greyish hair. I don't know, it's hard for me to explain, but from what I could see from the picture, but maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe this is somebody else. Who?
握手してもらえるかな。と言ってる間に握手。ありがとう。
Okay, this guy's quite straightforward. The guy grasped my hand without even introducing himself, and he won't let go. Hey. I'll try to shake off his hand. However, I can't get away from him. His grip is too tight. Suddenly, a thought occurs. Is this...
進藤先輩。
Yeah, okay. Should have known. Kazunari Shindou, the strongest Skywalker of our generation. Why does he seem so excited? Maybe he actually knows Masaya and is a fan of him? From when they were young? I don't know.
いや、こちらこそ。
Yeah.
憧れのスカイウォーカーに会えて光栄だよ。
Interesting. That spins a lot on its head, though. Especially for Rika. His words make me want to curl up into a ball and die. This guy knows my past.
部長、日向さんはコーチさんでプレイヤーじゃありませんよ。
Obviously, you could probably hear it, but here she says he's just a coach, but he's not a player, but he's a coach. She's adding the not a player part. He goes silent and appears to be thinking deeply.
話してもいいのかな?
Interesting, he's thinking, he's being considerate about it. Why did you stop by letting go of my hand?
おっと、これは失礼。
The one of the thoughts I had for him holding his hand tightly and not letting go was, in my part, was thinking that from an outsider's view, it almost looked like we were picking on Rika. So it was almost like him trying to get a hold of us to teach us in a sense. But I guess I was wrong. My hand is now covered in cold sweat, but not from him shaking it. Should shut him up before.
この日向くんというのはね、
too
少し
late.
前までものすごいスカイウォーカーだったんだよ。ある日突然、伝説のまま引退してしまったけどね。
Rather than quits, here he says retired. I shake my head dismissively as Ichinose stares at me. Take that with a grain of salt. I mean, come on, you can't tell he's exaggerating, right?
でしたら、それでコーチを?
Well, I guess it's true that my flying circus experience played a part in getting me this position. Still, the past doesn't come with very happy memories for me. I won't deny it, but I don't want to talk about it in detail either.
いやいや、本当にすごかったんだよ。同年代のスカイウォーカーたちはみんな彼に憧れていた。日向雅也になりたかったんだ。
That's interesting if you would put it like that, because he's obviously the greatest of this time, and yet he looked up to him. He wanted to be like him. So that is obviously telling you that Masaya is stronger than Shindou. Kazunari Shindou, the player who's said to be the best in our generation, wanted to be like me? You're overhyping me. I think it's more like over exaggerating in a sense.
どうかな。
Shindou-san narrows his already narrow eyes even more as he smiles.
あれじゃあ一ノ瀬君は日向君にサインをもらいに来たわけじゃないのかい？
Oh, interesting. Hold on one second.
あれじゃあ一ノ瀬君は日向君にサインをもらいに来たわけじゃないのかい？
So here in the Japanese is what they're saying. What he's saying is, so the reason why you're talking to him in private isn't because you didn't want his signature. Then, in other words, he thought Rika wanted Masia's signature, so she asked him to talk in private to get it.
あの、
But obviously now she can't say what she wanted to say. Wow, that must have really put a change in her view of the whole situation. There's no way she'll be straight with him, or straight up tell him she was complaining about us wasting their time. She's stuck in a no-win situation here. Guess I'll help her out of this. No, the truth is, she did know. She pulled me over here because she didn't want anyone to see her asking for my autograph, right? Interesting, so now they're saying it here, so I wonder what they're saying in Japanese here. We're saying... Okay. Yeah, it's roughly the same thing, okay. It's more like she pulled him over because it was embarrassing to ask in front of the others.
別に全くそんなことは。
But now you're going to be appearing to be I can't remember what the right word I was going to use. Play along. I can actually see that in a sense. He's doing play along like with his eyes and mouth and head movements. You can almost I can see that. So she obviously saw it. Obviously, it's really hard for me to explain.
そうでした。ごめんなさい。
But obviously now
こんなところまで連れ出してしまって。
now she knows he's trying to help her. Luckily the words I desperately try to convey through my eyes gets through to her. There's no need to be shy.
ごめんなさい。
I realize we're acting awfully unnatural, but this is the best we can do right now. Too bad we don't have a pen. Damn it, that really sucks.
本当に残念です。はい。
Don't think she said anything like this, but okay. Man, I really hope we aren't blowing our cover.
ペンならあるよ。
I had a feeling. Actually, what is this in Japanese? Nante kota. Of all things, or it's hard to explain, but it's not for this. That's not what they're trying to say.
今なんて？
I'm just really surprised. Pleasantly, of course.
さすが部長は準備がいいですね。
I had a different feeling, thoughts on how he would be. I don't know why. I didn't expect him to feel normal, I guess you could say. Well, I don't usually do this, but I'll make an exception just this once, since we have an audience. Shindou-san is watching me carefully.
一生ものだから書かれるものもいい素材にしないとね。
I'm surprised he isn't asking one for himself. And he's making a real big deal out of this as too.
そうですね。一生ものですから、何か大切でいて支障のなさそうなものを探さないと。
But that said, she came here empty-handed. There's no way she has something convenient on her.
ハンカチと着てる体操服くらいしか。
Her expression is one of bitter loss.
このどちらかに日向さんの名前を。
Please don't let us choose. Please don't let us choose. I know just how she feels. I guess the tracksuit would be a problem since she needed it for training camp, and all, it'll have to be the handkerchief.
でもこれお気に入りなんですよね。
I don't know what to say.
そういえばペンの種類って。
心配はいらない。油性だよ。
そうですか。やったー。
It's almost like he knows the whole situation. He's just messing with her or doing it on purpose. I don't know. This is hard to deal with. Honestly, I'm starting to feel just as bad about this as her.
すみません。せっかく助けていただいてるのに。
No, it's fine. I should be able to forget about it within a matter of 3 days. Though that means it's going to weigh my mind during this training camp.
気にしないで書いちゃってください。もう諦めましたから。あ、いえいえ、なんでも。
The damage is already done. Oh well, let's just get this over with. Oh, shame. Ishinose-san, I can hear your agonized voice. And I'm done.
ありがとうございます。一生の宝物にしますね。
I'm happy to hear that. Ishinose has a stiff expression on her face as she holds her handkerchief to her chest. Both of us suffered massive damage. Is this the most tragic autograph session in history?
よかったね。いやー、いいなー、一ノ瀬くん。
Truly amazing part here is that the look on his face, in fact, full of envy.
あれ、でも一ノ瀬くんって昔の日向くんを知らなかったのにサインが欲しかったのかい？
Truth is, the whole autograph thing was a lie. She moved in right next to my place recently and we're on friendlier terms. You could have just said that earlier and you could have skipped the whole autograph thing.
そうなんです。知られるのが恥ずかしくって。
Should have known he'd realized things didn't add up. Actually, I did know, but he seemed to be buying it, so I just tried to force it through.
なんだ、なるほど、そうだったんだ。そんな偶然があったんだね。
I should have just told the truth from the start. Ishinose's handkerchief wouldn't have been sacrificed if I did. I'm really sorry, Ichinose.
いや、でも本当に羨ましいよ。僕なんか日向くんに会いたくて今日の合宿を組んでもらったくらいなのに。
Right, they did say that he wanted to meet them. So that was the reason why then. Interesting. What did he just say?
一ノ瀬くん、今のは内緒で頼むよ。僕の部長としての最初で最後の権力の乱用にしたいなと思っていることだから。
Wait, wasn't it Kunohama that forced this training camp?
ああ、鏡先生はそういうことにしてくれたんだ。申し訳ないことをしたね。後でお礼を言っておこう。
But then how did he know that we were there though?
ということは？
今回の合宿は僕の方からクナハマにお願いしたんだ。 もちろん鏡先生と話し合って両校にプラスになる要素があると判断しての結果だけれど。
In other words, the training camp is happening with the consent of both schools. And she thought it was all on Masaya's fault. The girl who had misread the whole situation has turned bright red.
日向さん、私
I guess she must be feeling pretty torn up right now. She can't quite talk properly.
一ノ瀬君、先にみんなの元に戻っておいてくれるかい？そうだね。10分後から部活を開始すると伝えてほしい。でも、
私。
頼むよ。僕に憧れの彼と話す時間をくれないかな。
I don't know. I'm getting something weird here. For some reason, I feel like there's some other deeper meaning. This guy says cringeworthy stuff like it's nothing. I hate that word. I can't read kanji, unfortunately. I need to learn my kanji. I hate the word cringe, I don't know why.
わかりました。
Like, the guy says embarrassing stuff like it's nothing. Embarrassing would have been so much better than cringe-worthy. It's like... But well, that's probably a good idea to let Shinose cool off on her own.
失礼します。
She bows her head to both me and Shindou-san, and then me again one more time and totters away.
申し訳ない。彼女は少々生真面目すぎる嫌いがあってね。
Be honest, how long were you listening? Yeah, I had a feeling he probably knew from the beginning.
どうかな？
Yeah. He dodges my question with a smile on his face. Seems this guy isn't going to be easy to deal with. Anyway, thanks for the assist. Probably went a little overboard, but it all worked out.
いやいや、真実と本心を口にしたまでだよ。
I find that hard to believe.
さ、僕たちも戻ろうか。さっきは一ノ瀬君の手前、ああ言ってしまったが、日向君と二人だと上がってしまう。
You've got to be kidding me.
まだ合宿はこれからだ。君とはいずれゆっくりと話したいな。いずれ、ね。
Shindou-san turns around and walks back over to the others. I look at the hand he shook and notice it's still wet. Yeah, I don't know. When I get back, I find Ichinose surrounded by Takafuji students. And I'm sorry to say we'll end it here today. This cold is not working for me. Anyway, I want to do a little test as well to see the quality of this as well anyway, so we'll see how this goes. So far this is quite an interesting episode. We got to meet Shindou and talk with Rika. It's unfortunate with Rika's little situation, I guess you could say. And not only was she seen in a bad light from the presents, but she also sacrificed her handkerchief. But yeah, it was interesting to see the... I wonder how much he was actually telling the truth. If he was, then... I don't know, I feel like this... Even if he was telling the truth, I feel like there's a lot of underlying motive and meaning behind what he wants to do and say. It just doesn't seem straightforward like that. It would be really cool if we were to go to see a match between the two of them. Obviously with him being out of it for so long, he would lose, but I think it would be pretty cool to see that. Yeah, it was an interesting thing, this episode. Not, as I mentioned, not much It's not long, but we got to see quite a bit to it. Okay. Unfortunately, that'll be it for today. Please let me know what you thought about the quality of today's. I need to make some changes and things like that here and there, so yeah. But for that'll be it for now. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please let me know what you thought. I'll see you all next time.